Yo, 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 what up, everybody?
What up? Oh,
How we doing? How we doing? Oh, you gotta get the lighting done?
I had to do a photo shoot today.
Oh, excuse me.
So much shit, dude.
Photo shoot, huh?
Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine. I'm fine.
Is it for like Pornhub or what's it for?
Yes, actually, you got hit the nail right on the head. I like
knew it.
this banner. What is this?
Oh, this is Cat. This is what Cat does.
Oh my god, with the microphone and the lighting. Oh my god, I love this. This is another level. How is everybody doing?
We got Viking. We got Heather.
Heather Silverwood's
We
in
got
the
Scott.
house.
We got Jen.
Big Scott.
We got Megan.
God.
We got Ginger.
Just the tip of the spears here. I haven't seen him in a minute.
We got Mimi. Yep, just the tip and the spear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got everybody. Oh, we got Lisa up here. And
Love
Misty.
it. Love it.
Misty's
love it.
here.
Misty.
Yeah.
Meet us.
Yeah, we're all here. Mr. Face Ant.
Thanks, Ginger. Missed you guys too.
Did you?
Yeah. Were you guys good?
Yeah, we're good. How about you, man?
Oh, but were you guys good? Yes. Like, did you behave?
No. Do we ever behave?
Oh!
Nancy is here.
You're making me slowly becoming more on Instagram. Yeah, I like Instagram. Nice. What's that? What are we talking about here?
Cat, the backdrop behind you, the one you were just talking about.
That's what I'm talking about, yeah.
Cat's admiring her own work.
Was she here when I complimented it? It was the first
I don't
thing
know.
I
can't see who's in, so I don't know.
Oh, you can never see who's in. It's usually
nobody can. Asking text.
Yes,
This is true. This is true.
Wait. Yeah. Well, sounds about right.
Good night, Cat.
Good night, Cat. Love you, honey. We
Get
got
some
it.
rest.
Don't worry about it. We got it.
Oh, look.
Oh, boy.
It's Chad Prather. I mean, Sergeant Fitz.
Oh, he's really
same thing, right?
Wait, what a wild turn of events. Now I'm like friends with Chad.
Right?
Like now I'm you can't see who's in the chat. That's
no, like I can see when you guys comment. I just can't see like on TikTok. You can see who's actually in the chat, just kind of trolling.
Right.
Ames is here.
Yeah, so I will be at Off the Hook Comedy Club on May 25th in Naples. If any of you are in the area, Chad's throwing me on stage for like 5 to 10 minutes. So I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do.
Be you.
That's what he said. Just do what you do. Yeah.
So flirt with him. That's what you do.
Well, and you know what? I have like some things that I have written.
I mean, you did that here in Texas. You like hit on him for like a good 5 minutes of your speech.
It was funny. It was good shit.
No, it was good. That's what I'm saying. Just do that.
Yeah, and I was gonna say how it was nice that I'm in Florida because I don't have to see Beto O'Rourke milking his child in the parking lot. Or is it Beto or is it Buttigieg? It's Buttigieg.
Buttigieg does that, but Robert Francis O'Rourke, which is his real name, not Beto, he's the one running for governor.
Yeah.
Can you help Cody find Cat?
Cody, I can't do everything. Y'all in the same house, babe. I can't help it. She was just here. She said she was going to bed. You want to maybe check a couple of the bedrooms?
So yeah, we got crazy shit going on. We got crazy shit going on, right?
You know, I am so glad you brought that up. We have a lot of crazy shit going on. I haven't moved on completely from the abortion thing, but we've already discussed that. We know that this is wild. So just to kind of touch on that, it did not pass.
Correct.
To
in the Senate.
In the Senate, correct.
Right.
Now, can you explain what it means when they want to what's the word? Damn it. What were they trying to do? These crooks. Yes.
They're just trying to pass legislation
to not let it go through the Supreme Court.
Not for the Supreme Court, but they're going to like basically make it law is what they were trying to do. And mind you, their bill was all the way up until birth.
Correct.
But no late-term abortions is what we're told, right?
Right.
This is just a crazy time to be alive.
Biden safe smoke kits do have crack pipes in them. Oh, cat got caught. Look, Cody's here. I'm out.
What? Go into the blankets. He was like, I didn't tell him where you were. I said, look in the blankets. Just go the other way. Just don't look him straight in the eye. Cody, I found cat.
Cody, I found cat.
It was on Tucker and Hannity. So she's still with it.
Now let me ask you this, because I put this out on old TikTok and Instagram. Are we now at the time in our history that Lady Justice is no longer blind?
In reference to what's going on with
everything.
With everything.
Yeah, just because you have the left don't get their way with abortion, so they dox the conservative judges that voted to eliminate abortion from the Supreme Court, and now they're protesting outside their house.
You fucking knew.
Yeah, so what people need to understand, and Tex, you've made spot-on videos that I've seen on Instagram when it comes to this, because a lot of people don't understand, they kind of cross paths when they're like, oh, but conservatives want this whole freedom of speech thing. Yeah, when it's legal. This is complete opposite of what's legal.
This is a felony.
Because you can't try and intimidate a judge.
Exactly.
And it's like coercion, like there it's all kinds of, you can't do it. And the fact that this administration has not struck this down, has not been like, this is not okay. Stop this, is what really gets me. But what really gets me even more turned up is what you said earlier today, which I had talked about on a podcast yesterday, where it was like, okay, so can you imagine if we would have done the same thing in a liberal situation?
What if we did it during the election when they were denying all the cases and we went and protested all of them?
Correct. Well, here's the thing. We kind of did that. We kind of did voice our opinion when millions of people were not happy with the security of our elections. They all went to DC.
Oh, but that's not trying to intimidate a judge. Therefore, it's
no, I know. I'm saying just in general, like us as protesters.
Oh, yeah.
I know that it doesn't sound like it's going to be the same thing right now, but what the point I'm trying to make is we went there in mostly peace, and they turned it into an insurrection. Going back to what we talked about months and months and months ago, where we were saying that the whole reason why they claimed this to be an insurrection was because they wanted to set the precedent for future protests by the conservative movement. So anything that liberals do from here on out, well, this is a free country and they're able to speak their minds because this is a very emotional situation and a very emotional time. And the way that they choose to do it is them. We do it in the same situation. If we were outside of the Supreme Court justices' houses, we would have automatic insurrection. And that foul woman, Nancy Pelosi, if she was so scared on Insurrection Day, I don't know how she mustered up the energy to get on a plane and go to Ukraine, that is supposed to be war zone number 1 right now, and for a photo op. Like, this is insanity. And if you guys don't wake up to this, then you really need to at least find peace in God, because there's going to be a lot of shit that's going to go down.
Right. No, you're right. And, I had, you didn't see this video because I had one, it was a 3-minute video on TikTok because, so I went on TikTok and basically said that if the Democrats are using this as like a carrot in front of the Democrat voters, right? They knew in the Senate this wouldn't pass. They knew it. They knew no way, because I mean, even pro-choice conservative and pro-choice Democrats voted against it.
Right.
So it wasn't even like a political thing. I think a lot of it had to do with abortion up until birth was one. I think that is why a lot of them were, because I think even though there is a lot of pro-choice out there that don't mind some sort of regulation on it. And there has to be. Like, there just straight up has to be. If there's an ounce, and I say this all the time, if there's an ounce of regulation on the Second Amendment where it clearly states shall not be infringed, the only constitutional right that literally says shall not be infringed, abortion should be regulated very heavily. As much as the Second Amendment is regulated, it's insane.
Right.
And then they were talking about, oh well, the reason why the Democrats aren't going to put up a bill yet is because of the filibuster. That's the weakest excuse of anything, because the filibuster doesn't do anything but just delay the vote. That's all it is. So there's been, I read off 6 bills within that 3-minute video. All like, most of them were like, well, in 1970 they tried to get rid of, or I think it was 70. They tried to get rid of the Electoral College. Back in 1846, I think it was, they wanted to do a federal election, so take the elections away from the states way back then. So basically what the Democrats try to do today. And then there was like all these anti-lynching bills and whatnot. Do you know all of those bills were canceled by the filibuster? They're the only 6 that have been canceled by the filibuster. Guess who filibustered them all? Democrats. Anti-lynching bills. 2 of them were up for debate. Filibustered. Canceled the bill. The Electoral College they could have gotten rid of. Canceled that bill. A federal election they could have had way back in the 1800s. Canceled the bill. It's insane. And then other than that, like 1970 was the last time a bill's been canceled by the filibuster. Other than that, it just delays it because of the rules. And it's not like it's a constitution thing. It's a rule within the Senate. It's a very weird rule because, like, you get no bathroom breaks. You don't get to take any type of break at all. You literally have to sit there and talk the whole time. And the second you stop, you heed the floor and they move on. So, like I said, I think it was the 1970 bill that was filibustered for 24 hours and 18 minutes.
Holy crap.
Yeah, that's how long Strom Thurmond stood there for 24 hours and 18 minutes. Ted Cruz did a filibuster a couple years back, and I think he read the Dr. Seuss books.
So, you know, so here's what I want to stress to everybody is Republicans need to be held accountable too, okay? Because when it comes to just the $40 billion Ukraine passed, okay, there were a lot of Republicans that voted on that.
Yeah.
And that was really disturbing, I think, for a lot of Americans. And, there's nothing worse than, anything worse than a rhino is worse than a liberal.
So here's the thing with that is here's where it's hard to be upset, because we were upset, but we didn't blame like Trump when he signed 3 COVID relief bills with billions being sent overseas. We didn't care then. And it took massive amount of Republicans to pass that and Trump to sign it into law and to distribute the funds, where he could have vetoed those and said, "Get rid of all foreign aid. This is for American people."
Well,
So
yeah.
he's just as bad.
Well, okay. Heard.
Okay.
Right now, though.
Are you
Right
working
now,
on your listening skills?
I'm sorry.
Are you working on your listening skills?
I am. I'm twiddling with things because I'm extremely unhinged. So I'm trying not to swear anymore. I'm turning over a new leaf.
See,
That'll last for probably 1
ship
second.
remembers.
The amount of money that has been, the situation that with Ukraine, right? Look, what you just said, I agree.
Right.
Current status,
Mhm.
current situation, the war on Ukraine, all of the things that we have already done and given Ukraine, with all of the situations and circumstances, all the underlying issues, with all of the Biden money going and filtering through Ukraine, and the fact that the previous president had a phone call with the president of Ukraine and was impeached for it. But now we're sending all of these leaders over there and having secret meetings with them, and we're sending money continuously and continuously. Then you have this stroke online on talking to governments all over the world, Zelensky, who's demanding weapons and doing all this. And then you have, all these record numbers of illegal immigration coming in through our southern border. And you're just squeezing the last bit you have out of the American people right now because they're coming off the tail end of this. Oh no. Oh, is that why she did the tornado thing when she came in?
Oh, is that why? Must be. Stay safe, ship.
Hey, I'm here. I'm a tornado. Stay safe, please. And the American people are, what you said is heard, but the American people are coming off of this long 3 years of devastation and bullshit and just getting fucked with no lube. Well, the swearing didn't last long. And now it's like you wake up every day and you're like, okay, now I can't, it hit close to home because my brother and my sister-in-law couldn't find baby formula. So I got unhinged. And I'm like, and then I wake up and I hear $40 billion more are approved and going to Ukraine. What exactly are we trying to pay for?
Did you also miss that they're shipping baby formula? Oh, okay.
And then today, my sister-in-law is in tears and then sends me, and she's not political, mind you. She never gets involved in politics. She's like, it makes me upset. I just don't want to know. Whatever. She's like, is this for real? She goes, we can't find formula for our babies, and we're sending it to the border, pallets and pallets of formula. At what point in time, my question, Tex, at what point in time do liberals say, you're right, dude, this is crazy? I did, Scott.
I don't know. I don't know because I was in a live with a guy the other day, earlier this week, and we were kind of discussing this same thing. And he's like, because him and I were like, he's on the left, I'm on the right, but we saw eye to eye, right? Like we both understand that both sides have their bads. Both sides are not perfect, obviously, and whatnot. So we were seeing eye to eye on that. And he's like, what's it going to take for the left to wake up and the right to wake up that they're really just the same flock? Just one has an R and one has a D. Because when you're in the politics, they are basically the same. They're not going to go after each other. They never do. They never will. They basically have an unwritten rule that they won't, which is why you don't see the corruption that we should see. And my thing is, man, I just feel like the American people as a whole, we're so fucking prideful. Nobody can be wrong. God forbid you ever admit that you make a mistake, especially with the internet right now. Nobody wants to admit that. Then you go viral and then you look like an idiot. And nobody wants to be looked like that, even though they're just saying that they're wrong. And it's okay to be wrong, but it just feels like it's our American privilege.
Yeah. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but you're saying that, things don't age well right? So
Right,
like,
because we're just as bad on our side. Like nobody, like you can't criticize Trump on our side, and he's not perfect. But they make like a lot of people on our side make it seem like he's this god and he's the next coming, the Messiah that's going to save this
Biden
country.
called him King MAGA.
What?
Biden called him King MAGA.
Well, if you look at a lot of our supporters, I mean, you kind of saw it last year with the Trump parades that Trump's not even there, and we're parading around for a man that's not in office and hasn't even announced that he's running for office.
Yeah,
It's that kind of stuff. And God forbid you say something bad about him, because then you get attacked like crazy. And it's like, but it's facts. What happened to facts over feelings?
right. No, I get what you're saying. Here's the thing, and you know, there was a point in time where I also saw that, and I've just over the last, like, with everything going on, like I feel for those ultra MAGA people, because I feel like I'm an ultra MAGA person again. Like I feel like I miss those times. I miss that president. I'm not saying, oh my God, he's going to drop from the sky and he's the like, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is that, like, what else do we get? Like, what else? What, like, everybody's like, what else do we got, dude? Like, it's so infuriating.
But here's the thing: if we haven't learned already, and this is why I keep trying to press into people, Trump cannot by himself, even with all of our votes, save this country. He can't. If he doesn't have Congress, which is a 2022 vote, if he doesn't have Congress and it goes back to the Democrats, and let's say he does get reelected, he still can't do nothing because Congress ain't gonna pass nothing.
Right. But I'm gonna say something. I think that he's kind of started to
And
make
what Ship says.
Yeah, state politics. No, 100%. 100%. And I really do believe that we're gonna start getting our seats back. And
we can't even get off our fucking couch, and one, go vote in primaries, and two, we're too busy worried about Trump 2024.
That's not 100% true.
I have never, in any of my lives or any comments, I've never had anybody so far say, 2022 is where it's at. Not once. Everybody's always Trump 2024. And he hasn't even announced. He's got merch for Trump 2024. He hasn't even said he's running.
I haven't seen that much. I haven't seen that comment posted on Instagram very much. I swear, I have not.
Yeah.
I fired this back up. Yes, Ship. So I did watch 2000 Mules yesterday. I will tell you that it did put more MAGA in me again. Video about the manufacturer.
So here's my contention with the 2000 Mules. But I'm going to give you a flip side on that one. Because this is why I will not watch it, period. One, it's not going to change anything. Two, do you know how the CDC got our cell phone data to track us? They bought and paid for it, right? With our government agency bought and paid for our tracking data to make sure we were.
Yeah, they've been tracking that.
Do you know how 2000 Mules got cell phone tracking data?
Same way?
Yeah.
What do you?
We care when the government does it, but for some reason, when a private citizen does it, which to me should be just as bad, none of our data should be.
No, because you're sitting at the liberal lunch table.
I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm just. Hey, look, I call it what it is, bro. You know that.
Listen.
I don't agree with any of it.
Criminal. This is criminal. And this
no, it's not. Who's going to get charged?
It's not criminal that people.
Who's going to get charged?
Illegally. What do you mean? Who's going to get charged? They actually have video now of people doing it, of their faces.
Right.
So we can charge people if the FBI does their job, which they won't.
And whose administration is that under?
The Biden administration.
Nothing's going to happen.
But the whole thing, I used to make cool profile pictures. Yeah, I did not jump on that trend.
The what?
That profile picture that everybody's been posting that makes you look like a real life cartoon. Like it's like I'll have to show you later.
Okay.
Yeah. So what here? But see, this is the reason why Trump supporters, Republicans, conservatives are pissed off though, because they see stuff like this happen, and whether you didn't want to see it or not, or you didn't like it, or you don't think that it's relevant or whatever, this is the stuff that fuels that party back up.
Do you know? No. Do you know what I'm hearing more from the 2000 Mules video than haven't heard in a while?
Enlighten us.
I'm not voting.
Well, that's worse.
But that's what they're saying. Everybody that
Who
has
is saying this, I have not seen this on any of my.
on everybody on TikTok that has commented about
Wait,
anything
just
2000 Mules. No, but
I-
I'm just showing you. Like, no. Is what I'm showing you is that one, everything's not on Instagram either. But the things that are being said on TikTok are they're not going to vote now because of that movie, because they don't trust it. So now you have the Democrat base fired up over murdering babies, and they're ready to vote, and they're signing up to vote. And then you have on the other side, this movie comes out. Now nobody wants to vote on our side. So who's winning? The government still,
No.
because we're too stupid on our side. They're too stupid on their side.
Look, you've never been the same since the Texas turnout.
That would piss me off.
I know, bro, but I do.
Hey, look,
think
Ship
that-
is saying on Twitter she's hearing the same thing.
Oh,
People
I-
are
you know
not
what?
voting because
I
they don't
have
trust.
Twitter, but I don't go on it as much as I should. I think they're just speaking out of. I think they're being a little unhinged. I think
They're
will.
obviously a lot unhinged.
Yeah, and I think they will vote. And here's why I think they will vote. Because at the end of the day, besides the abortion thing, I'm not saying that it's not important. That's not what I'm saying. When things like gas, food, and inflation in general are hitting you and in your home, not having food for your baby, those are things where it kind of pushes the other things a little bit further down. And I really do think that people are so pissed off at this rate that they probably will go out and vote.
Do you realize the Democrats are blaming Trump legitimately for the baby formula shortage, for inflation? These are all Trump's policies.
Yeah.
Haven't expired yet. So it's not firing up them to go after Biden and unelect Biden. They're fired up because they want to murder babies. That whole entire base is fired
But
up.
regardless, those people, those brain dead people, they're not going to vote for MAGA or they're not going to vote for Republican anyway.
Okay, let's say this. Let's let this hold out now. This video comes out, and now you have a bunch of people that are claiming to not vote. What if they decide to take this year out to see how well they think that the election might be while this side continues to vote? What if they do sit out this one election to go, let me just sit it out and see if I wasted my time or if I should vote again?
Republicans?
Yes, because that's all I am hearing from Republicans that watch that
And
dumb movie.
2022, you won't get your seats.
Thank you. That's my point. So does that video do more harm or good for the country? If that's what the video is, if that's what the video did.
See, I don't know, because for me,
Right.
maybe because I'm maybe
You and I are built different, so we can't.
Yeah, because well, no, for me, I want to vote. That made me want
Right.
to vote.
For me, I'm with you.
Yes, you're saying. What about those?
What if all these thousands of people that are all over the interwebs that are
there's a group-
conservatives?
Well, our job is to make sure that we reiterate how important it is for them to go and vote.
Yeah.
That's what we got to do.
Right. And I
You know.
agree with you.
It's hard. It's a
But
hard.
that's the fear that I'm having right now. Not just with it was leading into the closer we got to November, it was already becoming a fear of mine because I'd been hearing it for so long. And just it was so it had quieted down that I thought maybe that it would help boost it. But I think because of the lack of trust within the elections, people are going to sit out, and I have a feeling that it's going to be more on our side, unfortunately.
Well, they were saying this after the elections, anyways. what's the point of voting? I remember
Right.
seeing this
Right.
probably for the last year.
Yeah.
What's the point of voting? It's all rigged. What's the point of voting? It's all rigged. And then you saw things like Virginia, Youngkin. You saw things like New Jersey. Did he win? No. A Republican didn't win New Jersey, but a staggering amount of people came out and showed up to vote in those states. I think that Texas was a strange situation because one of the problems we do have in the United States is that a lot of American voters, most American voters, and most red state citizens pre-COVID, during COVID, and after COVID got comfortable with the way things were ran in their state. And so what they did was they were like kind of on autopilot mode. Where
I agree with you.
Well, I don't know if I want to fuck this up yet. So
No, and I get you.
Going.
I get what you're saying.
It's annoying because look, not a lot of people pick apart a state's politics like you do, or like you taught me things. I don't even pick apart state politics, or I didn't before you. And I learned a lot from Chad. I learned a lot from you. You know, I was talking to somebody today about the Texas elections, actually, a customer of mine, and they had no idea that Abbott tends to add in some liberal things in his bill
All the time.
in all of their bills to just kind of shut up the Democrats and just pass bills through, right? So that they can go over cross aisles and stuff, over a cigar, or money, or donations, or cognac, whatever it is. He's like, really? And I said, listen, would you go and read a 45-page bill? And he's like, I'm like, we couldn't even get people to read a 7-page bill in fucking Florida.
That's true.
Homosexuals.
This is true.
You want people to read a 45-page bill?
You know, Obamacare was 3,000 pages.
Right. So do you think the average American is going to go through that?
No.
And so that's why, you know, Texas is upsetting, but I get why people did it, because again, they're lazy and they went on autopilot. Does it make it right? No. But look, we're dealing with that here. Say somebody in Florida.
Voting is down, though, just so you know. If Texas is an indication of anything, because we've had our primary already, our voting on the Republican side was down.
Huh. Wow. Okay. That's telling.
Yeah, from other primaries, mind you. I'm not comparing to.
Right.
So.
Well, and this is why I fear a little bit for Florida, right? Because so people are on autopilot in Florida because they're like, hey, we're good. We got another extra 350,000 red voters that are just registered this year. And I'm like, yeah, but like, don't get too comfortable. Like, don't sit in a spot where you're like, okay, we're good. He's a shoo-in. DeSantis is. Now, what if somebody, put in perspective, Anthony Sabatini, what if we had another Republican, just say in Florida, running against DeSantis? Now, probably DeSantis would just win because people would be like, we're not fucking with this. We're going to stick with him. I'm sure, Tex, there's the same situations in a lot of DeSantis situations that are going on that are happening with Abbott. DeSantis seems great, but I know that there's probably shit that we're overlooking because we're comfortable. We don't want to fuck it up. You know what I'm saying?
The problem is Americans are in general are such short-sighted, right? So when 2020 was going on and you got on an Abbott Facebook post, you literally could not find a positive comment about him. I'm voting you out, yada, yada, yada. Every single post. You could for the entire year of 2020, go through his comments on his Facebook, not one single positive comment. Not one. Everybody talking about, I'm voting him out. 3 months later, March 2nd of 2021, the governor allows us to start doing shit again. His words, I will allow you guys to now do this. And they fucking applauded him like he was a hero.
Yeah,
giving our rights back.
yeah, you can't tell us what we can and can't do.
I'm like, are you fucking serious? He's going to get reelected. I knew right then, because it's like, you couldn't for an entire year find a positive remark about Hot Wheels. Now you cheer him on just because he allowed us to do shit? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, baby.
Oh, well, because on the internet, that's weird. Well, Michigan's primary is August 2nd.
Oh, we full out changed profile pictures.
Shut the fuck up.
Fucking gay ass shit. So yeah, no, it's upsetting. It's the way our
See?
he needs to go and he's a tyrant, etc. Yeah, they don't vote. Yeah. Look, I fear for
But you don't hear that from DeSantis. You never have. You can go on every DeSantis Facebook post and see all the positive stuff, all the great things going on.
Yeah.
You'll catch your couple, like Candy and her husband don't like him. You're gonna have your couple.
They hold him accountable. I actually give Candy and Zach a lot of credit because they've found things that I wouldn't have found, because I am that person that, like, if I love somebody, and they do something that's kind of shitty, I'm like, yeah, but like,
oh yeah, we see that on the internet. Oh, he killed a puppy. It's okay, let him go. But that's why Trump said what he said.
There's a reason why he killed that puppy. It was an animal.
Well, mind you, though, this is why Trump said what he said when he was on the debate stage. He said that he could go out onto Fifth Avenue, shoot and kill somebody, and he'd still have a huge following. And he's right.
Yeah. Yeah. But now that I've been working with the public so much, I see travelers from all over the United States now. I'm working right on the beach. I talk to people. I'm like, oh, so where y'all from? Oh, we're from Minnesota. We're from Indiana. We're from here. We're from there. And everybody from my table say, can we borrow your governor? I don't even bring up politics, bro. They bring it up to me. They're like, oh, can we borrow your governor? And I'm like, oh yeah, we do have it great here in Florida. No, you can't borrow him, this, that, and the other. And I don't know if the red feeling in Texas changed, which is strange to me, because this is why I was like, Abbott ain't it, because when I went to Texas, I didn't feel the red vibe. I didn't feel like, ooh, this is fucking conservatives here. Like, I didn't feel it like you should feel a Texan. Like, I didn't.
You did out by me, but you didn't.
By you, but I didn't in general. Like,
right.
When I was out, and I was like, that's weird, because like, I really like, I don't know. I was expecting something different, I guess, for Texas. And I loved.
No. I get what you're saying. I totally get it.
And then I'm here, and I'm like, I see these roughneck, like, just America hard people here, and everyone's like, I'm not fucking wearing a, like, everyone's got balls here, and I'm thinking to myself, I thought that was supposed to be Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm down here, and I'm seeing all these big trucks with fuck Biden flags, and you can't go to a gas station here without seeing those stickers at every single pump. Like, nobody likes Biden here. I haven't found one. Even the guy that's in the building a couple doors down, he would like put his head down when he was like, yeah, I'm a Democrat. And I was like, dude, put your head up. What's up? He was like, like, he didn't, like, and his girlfriend's like, yeah, he's super beta. Let's go. Because
you should have given him your hat. Be a lion, not a sheep, bitch.
Right. Here's the thing about the lions, not sheep thing that I want. It's so funny that they associate it to a conservative movement, because it's totally not. It literally means to be a leader, not a follower.
Right.
If you heard some of this shit that Sean said, the owner of the company doesn't agree with every single conservative either.
We shouldn't.
Yeah, well, you talked to him, But yeah, it's like, yes, it is a great picture. I love that picture.
And salty about it for some reason. Why are you salty about it?
Just straight people always do it's like, we got it. Y'all dating, we know. We're moving, like, we know.
Are you mad?
No, because I had another buddy yesterday who was like, it was like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Moving up, moving up, moving in. She's moving in. I'm like, you guys have been together for 45 minutes. Oh, yeah. But I'm losing my job. I'm quitting my job. I'm moving out. I love her. I want to take her to concerts. Like, what does pussy do? Like when guys get pussy, just go, ah! And it just slashes at you. And like, and then you're like, fucking blast off. Like, it's crazy to me. So, but yeah, no, I would like to see Texas kind of pick their. Well, you're not a Texan anymore anyway. You're moving to Michigan.
I'm still a Texan.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's the hat for me.
You
going to get a Michigan hat?
A Texas one.
You're not going to. You can't wear a Texas hat when you're in Michigan. You're going to be a Michiganter.
I'll be a Texan.
Sean Perkins. Straight people always, bro. Oh, I can't. And listen, I love them to death. I love y'all so.
Oh, she changed it back for you.
No.
You made her feel bad. She can't even have her boyfriend in there.
You guys, God. The liberal mentality for me.
Oh, stop it.
Just kidding. I don't know. I just think that I think we need to keep pushing people to go out and vote. We're just moving forward.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Going to continue to push that narrative. Look, 2,000 Mules was super, super disappointing to watch. There's nothing we can do about it. The only thing that movie is going to do is aggravate the fuck out of you, unfortunately.
I hope it aggravates enough to motivate people to vote.
Yeah. No, I mean, it aggravated me enough where I wanted to go vote right now.
Well, yeah, just the consensus that I'm getting, at least on TikTok and whatnot, has been it's making people not vote.
Yeah. You can this is interesting what James has to say. He's totally right about this. God, he's dead on when you can tell when liberals take a city when you start seeing more those people. You're so right about that because I actually there was a gal that I used to know that was like super into, like, she was a Democrat and she was like super into homeless people and stuff. And I just kind of sit here and I wonder where she's at now because a lot of those homeless women probably can't get formula for their kids. She doesn't care though because she really likes Biden. So she obviously doesn't care about homeless people. And that's okay. But at least she should say what's true. She doesn't care about homeless people because she likes Biden, because there's a homeless problem, and because these homeless people that she cares so much about can no longer get formula for their children. But that's okay because she's all about killing them up until 28 days after birth. So there's always that.
Yeah,
I blocked her on all lost complete respect for this person. But hey, you know what? We're all God's children, and he'll find her one day. And it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be all right. Because I give no fucks anymore. Oh.
I'm getting a more not vibe.
Where are you getting that not vote vibe from? Like, I'm really trying to. Is it because I'm not on TikTok? Like, is it just a TikTok and Twitter?
And Twitter, right? And maybe I don't know. I'm still learning Instagram, so I don't know much about it.
Well, we were
too much of the crowd because I haven't formulated like any community over there.
So so we have a community night on my Speak Truth Without Fear. It's a subscription community night on Wednesday nights at 7:00. And we have about 20, 30 people, but it's great because everybody's in on it. Like, it's a whole Zoom style. And we all watched it together yesterday. We watched the 2,000 Mules together. And then we break it down. We talked about it. And all 30 people in at least this community night was like, I want to fucking go vote right now. Like, we need to make sure that we go out in numbers and vote. Like we need to make sure that we gain our seats back. Like they were
Yeah.
more motivated than anything. So that's why I'm just so confused on like where I'm not. And please screenshot them and send them to me. I would love to see these comments. I'd love to see the conservatives that it's coming from, because I'd like to talk to the conservatives and be like, how do you think that that's going to help? Like, because if people in Virginia didn't,
And I've asked that, and their mentality is what good does it do to even vote if they're just going to rob it anyways?
well, if you don't vote, babe, then guess what? It's going to be all Democrats.
That's what I keep saying too.
So, I'm not talking about. I'm not getting involved in that. I don't even know what you guys are talking. Like, I'm not. So it's either way. It's still important to vote. You need to get out there and vote for primary people. Yeah, that's great. The people of Virginia would never, a lot of parents got ticked off. They went, they took it to the voting booth, and look at what happened for them.
Yeah.
Did not enough.
No, you're right.
Get pissed off at Abbott? Probably not, because it didn't affect them yet. You know when it's going to affect them? Oh, geez, it's affecting them now, because there's pallets of formula at the southern border to all those people that are going to come into your state.
I think we'll get more. I think we'll have a decent turnout in Texas because of who the opponent is. Like, this is the first Democrat that the Democrats have put up that actually has a fairly decent shot. And
you guys are screwed if they
my lifetime that I know, because
like for Texas, because there's a lot more liberal cities.
Well, what saves Texas as a whole is that we're so big, right? Like New York City, their whole entire population is like squeezed into one little dot here in the state that's this big. So our, like my neck of the woods, because we're considered the most conservative district in Texas.
Oh, are you?
Mm-hmm. And so I think because of Beto, we'll get a decent turnout. I hope it's enough to at least keep Abbott, as much as I hate saying that. But it's better than Beto.
Yeah, no,
not by much. I mean, the thing that Beto has over Hot Wheels is that Beto can actually stand up.
I don't think it's going to work out too well for Beto, though, because his view on guns is not cohesive with Texans.
Yeah.
So that alone, and maybe that is the saving grace for you guys. I don't know.
It might, but mind you, Abbott was just praising about how many businesses he's brought to Texas, and unfortunately, that's brought a lot of liberal voters that aren't very gun friendly. Because you're right, this isn't the same Texas that it was 6 years ago.
No, and if Beto gets in,
Beto's in, we're fucked.
Yeah, you're gonna see an even worse Texas.
Oh, I know.
What a shame! What a shame that'll be.
Yeah,
it will be another homeless.
Well, mind you, this is what the Democrat Party has been focused on for 20 years, has been turning Texas blue. I've been hearing it since for at least 20 years, has been turn Texas blue. Like, that's been their entire focus. And and Hot Wheels helps by bringing in Twitter and Facebook and Google, and
it holds a lot of congressional seats. I mean, it really does. Or
no, it does. We just gained 2 as well.
Yeah.
Which I think is what will end up happening is Texas will turn blue and California will turn red.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean you're going to move to California?
No.
Do you think Texans will move to California, or you think Texans will move to Florida?
Hopefully a bunch of those Californians move back. Go save your state from those evil Republicans.
Right. Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen considering it's the Mecca for Hollywood. Literally.
Well, it's the mecca for Hollywood, though. But like voters is what counts out there, and
I know.
blue voters are leaving.
Yeah.
I'll bet you, Scott, it'll turn blue before you know it. Like they're fairly close. They're like Texas. They're probably 2, maybe 3 election cycles away from turning. I think Florida got more bright red. I don't think they're a purple state anymore.
No, we have the most registered Republican voters ever.
Hopefully they vote.
Crazy. Well, but see, that's the thing is the energy here when it comes to voting is high. Like people,
look at your damn governor and look at mine.
I've never heard you say that before.
I mean, mine has to like scooch up to the table to talk and in a mic. Yours gets to stand up nice and proud, turn to students, say, take your fucking masks off. Meanwhile, mine has to like put those masks back on.
I fucking can't, bro.
I mean, what do we have to stand proud for? Our governor can't even stand. What's he going to stand proud for?
I didn't know what to say to this.
I mean, when your leader can't stand proud, how are you going to stand proud?
I can't. You know what? We just don't want anything to be taken out of context. So I do want to tell you guys, because we know that happens a lot. So listen, I encourage you. I've been getting a lot of messages lately because now it's really sunk in. It's been a couple of months now that I've been. Hot take: New York will be within 5 points this year in the governor race. As a former resident of the state, I can say New Jersey's result this year should worry Democrats. I also said the Republican. I thought that they were going to turn red last election. I really felt that. I felt the shift in New York. I was say Connecticut and Maine will go red. I don't know about Maine.
I can see Maine going red.
I'm surprised Connecticut isn't. It's got a lot of big bucks there when it comes. Well,
I would have thought the hunters would have kept Connecticut red. But I also thought that about a lot of states that are hunting states and they're blue. And I'm like,
Ant changes something.
How does that work? Ant changes something.
What I was going to encourage all 18 people here right now is one of the Republican candidates for governor of Michigan got banned on TikTok. Which one?
Was it Ryan Kelly?
Yeah, was it Ryan Kelly? What was I going to say? Damn it. Oh.
Sorry, I keep interrupting.
No, it's fine. So whatever. So I've been getting a lot more messages, like text messages and messages like, oh my God, you're really not coming back. We really miss you. And I know, I'm sorry guys, but no, I'm not coming back to TikTok. But what I do give all of y'all permission to do is you can keep me alive on TikTok for as long as y'all want. And you can take clips off of here and you can post on TikTok all day long. What?
Nothing.
Don't do what?
Nothing.
You don't want me to be on there? What's wrong?
Hey, you do you, boo boo. I support you. I support you. Whatever you do.
Like, this is. You think they haven't done that yet?
Huh?
You think people haven't done that yet?
Oh, they have.
Oh, so then what? I mean.
No, I'm just laughing. That's all.
So yeah, but I am not coming back there. You can do it your way, but I'm not coming back there.
Is that McDonald's? Have it your way, or is that Burger King?
I don't know what. I think it's Burger King.
Is it Burger King?
Oh, they have. Well, there you go.
Well, we did announce too, just so everybody knows, on Tuesdays because of your schedule, that you will not be on Tuesday's podcast anymore.
I will not, guy.
Because of Seed the Table.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there's Seed to Table, and I have some other stuff that's in the works or going on or possibly. There's just a lot. It's just a
Yeah.
lot.
No, that's
Yeah.
fine. And so you'll still be on Thursdays.
Yeah.
And so with that, Tuesday, we will see you with Kat and me. And then Thursdays, it'll be all three of us, except when Kat is healthy and hopefully over COVID next week. We can all be together again.
I feel like
Yeah?
shipwreck. Yes.
All right. We will see everybody Tuesday then.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. I appreciate that.
You're a host on the show.